All right. Yeah, baby. Welcome to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast. I'm Larry Monkey. You can find me on X at FF Larry Monkey. That's on X. And with me on the couch, in a salmon colored shirt, maybe, perhaps.
This was actually red. It's just
Heather. It's like a heather red. I don't know, but that's voice coming from the southern sounds of crocodile, alligator, turkey, I don't know, chickens at DFF. Justin Rodgers.
you
Yeah.
know, I wasn't hunting for crocodiles or alligators or turkeys or deer or hogs or anything this weekend except monkey. And I slayed a monkey this weekend, damn it.
What? You fuck. That's what you're gonna say you're starting the show?
Killed a fucking monkey that was talking shit for like 3 weeks. He's been talking about his team.
Shit.
And woo-wee. I
Ah.
got to tan the hide because I put a stomping on this monkey that I know. How about that OG league, buddy? How about that OG league?
I am yeah, you didn't mention that while we were hanging out before the show.
Oh, I figured I would save my intro for the intro. I didn't mention it. I didn't want you to know where I was coming in on this episode, but I came in hot on this.
Hold on.
I'm just gonna enjoy this beer while you try to pull this shit up. And it's not even a beer, it's a cider. Yeah. Larry, do you know who had the high score this week in the league?
I mean, 145 points in a league that, that's the high score, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It boggles my mind that it was, like Jacoby Myers came out of nowhere, right? I mean, maybe he didn't. He just went to a better situation, apparently.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a fluke game, but even with, I probably didn't need the fluke game. I just needed a handful of points from him. But I beat the brakes off you even with a bad Josh Allen game, getting 9 points.
I didn't have a terrible week, but Lamar Jackson.
You just had a week that wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson with 6.5 points. That is going to lose.
I don't want to hear about Lamar Jackson with 6.5 when I got 9 from Josh Allen. No excuses. You just got beat down.
Dang it!
By 23 points.
I did. And I was talking smack leading up to this because this is the league that I have predicted that I will go from worst to first. Just because my dynasty expertise has vaulted me in the upper echelon of teams, and I came out all guns blazing. I was ready to put a beat down and run DFF. I was just making deals just to beat you week 1.
Yeah, you did. You made some specific to fix your lineup up for this week, and I didn't care. My boys said, "You know what? You do what you do, man." But I worked all off season to make this shit. I didn't need it in the last couple of days. Nope. Put the hammer down with Bijan.
Yep.
Ridley. Jacoby fucking Myers.
Ridley was the most pleasant surprise, I think. Right? Ridley going nuts.
I think it has to be because I think that Ridley can keep doing it. Like Jacoby Myers scored 29 points. I don't think that's sustainable for him, but Ridley can keep scoring points.
Yeah.
So that was
he just picked up where he left off a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have him in a league, but
yeah.
I might have him
out because you didn't trade Tua for Aaron Rodgers last week. Almost did that live on a show.
I almost did that live on the Dynasty Junkie show. I mean, me and Drew have been going at it over Rodgers for a while, but he's just looking for too much. And I was throwing Tua in the mix. I didn't want to do a Tua straight up for Aaron Rodgers. And that's where it was headed. And I was like, I just bailed. And I was like, I want no part of this.
Yeah, whatever it would have been, it would have needed to be a lot on top of Aaron Rodgers gets Tua.
Especially after the week that Tua had. I mean, 3
And
touchdowns.
now there's no buying Tua until if whatever he gets hurt. If he stays healthy, man, he's going to be good.
Well, I'm looking to
have a special connection.
I'm looking to package Tua with, like another guy that burst onto the scene with Kenny Gainwell.
To get to who?
I'd like to get rid of Kenny Gainwell because I just think that's going to be a rotating running back room.
Why? Okay, what in that game flow, what in that usage made you say, Gainwell probably doesn't have a future there. He's probably going to get phased out 1 week or two.
Well, I think he left the game a little banged up. And I don't think he's a running back that can sustain that full workload. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't practice Monday or Tuesday.
Well,
so I mean, he had one, and he got the ribs.
There's no practice. Are you talking about last week? He didn't practice Monday and Tuesday?
No, this week.
There's no practice on Mondays and Tuesdays. They start practicing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You don't even get a practice report. They definitely don't practice on Mondays.
They don't practice on Mondays?
No, man. Where'd you hear that? You'll get a practice report Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Kenny Gainwell doesn't practice Monday ahead of week 2. So what does that mean, dude?
All that is, they don't even they didn't practice. All that is he wouldn't practice.
Maybe he didn't show up. Maybe he was like, my ribs are fucked. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So Kenny Gainwell had, let's see here, of all of the running backs. Damn it, quit. Let's see here. He had 14 carries. Jalen Hurts had 9. Boston Scott and DeAndre Swift each had 1 carry.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4 targets to Boston Scott and DeAndre Swift's combined 3 carries.
Mm-hmm.
I got we're going to do a segment later, things I was right about, things I was wrong about, overreactions. And one of my things I was wrong about, Kenny Gainwell is actually the lead back in Philly. They kind of showed it in the preseason. They sat him when all the starters were sitting. He played with the starters when they were on the field.
Yeah.
And then he was absolutely the clear lead back.
Okay. So you're buying Gainwell. I am selling Gainwell. So maybe we should do a deal.
I'm not. Hold on. This is overreaction. Let's be clear. I have Kenny Walker, Ramondre Stevenson, Bijan. I'm not actually looking to acquire anybody in this league.
Oh, no?
And I have Justice Hill now. With
what do you got here?
Dobbins, Achilles. 2 Achilles injuries to significant fantasy guys in 1 week.
That sucks.
You want to talk about the other Achilles real quick?
Yeah, I forgot. I mean, you know what? I was so excited for the show and seeing you and getting into the mix of things that my mind drifted away, and I felt blissful for the first time
I'm gonna bring it back
in over 24 hours, and then you just brought me back to real life and how miserable I've been today. Thank you for that. Thank you for bursting the bubble. Thank you.
You want to get it out of your system, buddy?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm devastated.
Zach Wilson is back on the wall behind you, so there's that.
I've never bragged about the Jets. That's not my style as a forever Jets fan. You know better. You're humble.
Yeah, right.
So, I said it on the Junkies when Rocky asked me, and I was just like, I don't know. It's exciting. That was the best I could come up with. It's exciting. But when it became a real thing, I was just, I was pumped, man. The fathead was here. The fathead was here before he signed.
Yeah.
And with all the, it's just on another level up here with all the marketing and stuff and the Hard Knocks stuff. And my wife was in on it. She was all in on Hard Knocks. She was pumped. She comes home from the gym last night. The game is about to start. She comes downstairs like 5 minutes later, and I'm like, he's done. He's out for the game. She was like, what are you talking about? She's like, the game started? And I was like, yes, 5 minutes ago. and he is done for the game. It was it's just I was devastated, man. Today, like I felt like there was a death in the family. Like not in the family, just a death.
Just
Like,
the death.
like a friend of
Yeah.
mine died. You know, that feeling of despair in your soul. It sucked, man. And my brain was mush. Just weird, man. I went to this. I dropped Colin off because my in-laws wanted him for a couple of days. It's just nuts over here, you know. So tonight was back to school night. I had to do that. I had to go I had to go take an Uber to get my wife's car in another town. I had to drop Cassidy off at Girl Scouts and then pick her up from softball. It's been a crazy ass day. But yeah, I went just to wallow in my misery. I went to this famous pizza place that I've never been to. It's like 20 minutes from here, and yeah, I just sat there and fucking tried to fire off Zach Wilson trades to everybody that in all my leagues because I have Zach Wilson everywhere. And I sat and ordered a wings and a pizza at the bar. I ordered a Guinness at like 11 o'clock in the morning and just fired off trades on my phone for trying to get rid of Zach Wilson because he looked horrific last night. Everyone says, "Oh, look, he looked pretty good. You know, hey, he's improved." Yeah, blah, 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 blah. No, dude, he was running. He was just taking off backwards every time he'd take a snap.
Dude, the one play where he ended up back behind the 50 and then threw it and almost got it back to the line of scrimmage, just out of bounds there. I was like, where's he going? He's going backwards. He's like 40 yards backwards.
Yeah, dude. It was like Dan Orlovsky, like out of the end zone.
It was so bad to watch.
He's throwing and I watched a bit of the Manning cast, and it was embarrassing. Like they were just picking on him. They were making fun of him the whole time, like for doing everything wrong. Like they're like, oh, there goes runner or whatever. Like, oh, he's doing this wrong. He's doing that wrong. And Troy Aikman on the national broadcast was like making fun of fucking Zach Wilson like it was a joke. And I'm like, you know what? All these guys think this guy's a fucking clown. I'm done. There's no way they make the playoffs with this guy. They have to get somebody else in.
I was listening to Cowherd, and he was like, yeah, they'll probably pick around 15. No, I'm like, well, who the fuck? There ain't no way they win 8 games this year, end up in the 15 hole. No way. I watched Zach Wilson for a whole game now. I've watched him for years.
They could win. They could win 8 games easily. I think with the rest of that team, like it was. I mean, their team is just on its next level. That's what's another part of this. This is what's so much more devastating about it. Like the expectations.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Like you're like, are you serious? Like nice things don't happen to us. You know, we can never have nice things. That's how it was, and that was my approach heading into all this. And when he came out, and I forget about the flag running out on the field, which was pretty crazy. Like just him standing there on the sideline, I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like, man, I'm like getting emotional here. It was crazy, man, because this is the first Jets quarterback in the history of the team that's been any good. Fuck Chad Pennington.
Well, to be fair, he didn't really show if he was good or not. We didn't know. We may honestly never know. Like, this is going to be a long recovery for a 40-year-old.
Right. Yeah, that's the other piece.
I can't imagine tearing my Achilles right now.
There's no way, but there's no way that Zach Wilson can be can be anything.
No.
He's just, I mean, unless Rodgers is in his ear and he's going, make a right here, make a dip, you know, but I don't think that's legal.
Yeah, you know, if he had like a PlayStation controller, if Rodgers had like a PlayStation controller, he'd be like Y, X, Z, like just over there, you know, and he could dictate the throws, might have a shot.
It sucks. Yeah, it's the worst. So I've been firing off Zach Wilson trades all day today because I just don't think he's going to start. I mean, this team just was ready to crush everybody. Like watching Rodgers, like in practice and just
who cares about Rodgers?
Just dicing up
that defense. Forget Rodgers.
Right.
Who knows if he was actually going to be great or just what he was last year? But if he was what he was last year and that defense is what it looked like, that team was going to be good.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. So it's not now, and there's no way that they have to make a move.
Are they going to make a move, or are they going to ride with Zach Wilson?
No, because because Tim Boyle's the only other quarterback on the roster, so they have.
Well, I know they're going to get somebody, but are they going to make a move to replace Zach Wilson, or are they just going to add depth?
Well, Zach Wilson's going to get him. Is going to just lose his. This is what's going to happen, man. Like they're going to be like, okay, Zach, you have 2 weeks to fucking not be a fucking idiot. You know, learn how to play football. Yeah, this is they make or break. And after 2 weeks, I think they're gonna whoever they bring in is going to be the starter after like in the next couple of weeks. I hope they get somebody solid, like a Jacoby Brissett or.
No, you don't want Brissett. Brissett can't get you anywhere. What about a Jameis Winston?
Yeah, just like somebody that's a game manager.
Yeah,
And
well,
Winston, I would be okay with Winston.
Yeah, Winston
has that upside.
Yeah, he was not a turnover machine like he was with Tampa Bay. Like they reeled him in. I'm honestly surprised they never gave him a real shot after he got hurt.
He's somebody that can make the throws, and you just don't have to put him in a position to throw.
And Garrett Wilson wouldn't have to make miracle catches to be fantasy relevant. I lost on that play. I was like, Zach Wilson's the quarterback. We're just going to grind out little like 7-yard receptions. And I got a shot here. I was up by like 10 points. And when he caught that damn crazy ass play where he reached across, tipped it away from the defender, and then same hand comes back across, pulls the ball in.
Garrett Wilson? Yeah, he's the man. I'm going after him everywhere.
It was
because sick. Folks that are getting upset about the whole no Rodgers, there's a window here, man. It's a tiny one. It's not as it's as big as the sell Zach Wilson window. Yeah. Buy Garrett Wilson and sell Zach, or just add Zach for an upgrade, because there's somebody in a Superflex league that's going to be interested in picking up a quarterback, just a lottery ticket quarterback. It's a nice add-on piece for somebody that. So I've scrolled through all the rosters in my leagues, or most of them so far, looking for the folks that have like 1.5 quarterbacks, or just 2 quarterbacks and nobody else. You know, trying to sell them the lottery ticket. Wilson, or they think, or right now the media is like, oh yeah, the Jets are saying Ron Wilson's the guy. He's not the fucking guy. Wilson's going to get them. I mean, he's terrible. Like the Mannings were picking on him last night. If he was the guy, would they be picking on him and making fun of him? Like Eli was said to Payne at one point, the third quarter just started, and he's like, how many times, or I don't know how the back and forth went, but it was something like, how many times should they allow Zach Wilson to throw the ball in this half? And Peyton Manning was like, or it's like over under, and Peyton Manning was like 3.
Yeah,
throw more than 3 times in the whole half. They were ragging on him the whole time, and I'm just like, it's done, man. Fucking Stevie D, Steady Eddie.
Stevie D says it'd be awesome if they went and got Stafford. The Rams do not want to tank. They want to win games. And the way they looked the other day, they look like they want to try and win. Why would it doesn't for the Stafford is off the table. Unless they go on like a 6-game lose streak, Stafford's off the table. He's not getting traded.
Or you trade them a first, and then after the season, trade Stafford back for a second. Do a little dynasty, baby. Would that be collusion?
Yes, but somebody explain to me why the Rams would do that. The Rams think they are contenders. They just won a Super Bowl, not last season, but the season before. They think with a healthy Stafford, they are contenders.
Yeah, after this past week, of course they do.
No, they thought that. I guarantee they thought that entering the season.
Their performance this past week
was good.
Would let you know. Would make some think that they have a legit running back room and a legit wide receiver room.
Well, I don't know about the running back room because it was
Kyren Williams
and Akers looked like ass.
Hold on though, Kyren Williams, he was a heavily touted Devi guy, and then he just, I guess, took a shit during.
He faded. It was more like he ran like a 4.9 40 or some shit. I mean, he was offensive lineman slow.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was one of those deals.
Troy
And,
says Stafford is broken. He didn't look broken on Sunday. He did not look
Stafford
broken.
was Puka. Was it Puka Nakua?
Yes, Puka
Took
Nacua.
over the Cooper Cup slot man role and kind of did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Was it him or was it Tutu Atwell that took over that role? Because he kind of did a good job too.
Well, did you look at Puka's stats? Because that dude,
They both did. Yeah.
Puka was the next level. He had 13 targets.
Right.
The same amount of targets that DeAndre Hopkins had.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably should have talked about that trade when we were on the OG league, but whatever. Maybe we can't forget to talk about it.
We'll get back to trades because we've got.
Yeah.
I made a bunch of them. I have 5 on my list.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I made more or not, but I'll just stop at that. And I know you have a handful, so
we should breeze through some stuff and get to the trades, baby. But hey, where are we at? Where are we at? What do we want to talk about right now? What are you looking up?
Let's do the things I was right about, things I was wrong about, overreactions.
All right, you go first.
I pitched it on Sunday because I was like, man, everybody's gonna do overreactions, but I want to do specifically what I was right about, what I was wrong about. Larry, you recently traded a 24 first for Dameon Pierce.
Hell yeah, baby.
How you feeling about
that? I love it.
Do you? Because what was Dameon Pierce's stat line? Do you remember? More specifically, what was his volume? And who cut into his volume?
Was it a game flow situation? Singletary?
Yeah, so he had Pierce had 11 carries and what do you have? 3 targets. 11 carries and 3 targets. 14 total touches. Singletary had 7 carries. So he cut into that volume. I was right about Dameon Pierce's volume. Week 1 overreaction. He's not going to get it.
That's an overreaction, is what you're saying.
That's the whole point.
No, you're overreacting.
This is week 1 overreactions on things I was right about, things I was wrong about.
Oh.
Dameon Pierce is stuck in the 60% timeshare.
Let me know when I can retort.
Go ahead.
Listen, this guy faded down the stretch last year in his rookie season. I think that they don't want him to hit that kind of wall. He's their bell cow, and it's game 1. I mean, look at, they didn't throw Gibbs into the fire, from the Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, you want to give these young guys a chance to get their legs under them, and then you start running.
You can't call David
right now they're pissing away the David Montgomery legs. They're pissing away the Devin Singletary legs. Let's get these guys. Let's get our young studs. Let's get those legs massaged before we start plowing through the lines.
If that's what you need to tell yourself, so that you think that Dameon Pierce somehow gets volume later in the season, go ahead. But barring a Devin Singletary injury, Pierce is just a dude on a roster.
Rubbish. Okay, tell that to Stevie D. He's paying attention. Stevie D, come on, I'll take him off your hands right now. Gainwell or Dameon Pierce?
Gainwell.
Whoa, Stevie D.
Things I was wrong about. Kenny Gainwell is actually the lead back in Philly.
Yes.
That dude dominated touches. Absolutely dominated touches. Combined, by Boston Scott and DeAndre Swift had two rushing attempts and 3 targets. Meanwhile, Gainwell had, and I had to pull this back up. Gainwell had 14 rushes and 4 targets. And he caught all 4 balls. So he had 18 touches to the combined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches for the rest of the running backs. Sorry, dude.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Troy said first-round quality running backs don't fade. AKA, you traded 24 first, and then he faded during the second half of the season.
Dude,
if he was a good running back, he wouldn't have faded.
He is a good running back. No one is. You're not trading for Dameon Pierce. I guarantee you that.
I ain't trading for Dameon Pierce.
I don't think you could because people aren't selling him.
I don't think I want him because I don't think he's going to give me consistent volume.
So Stevie D, Kenny Gainwell, right now, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Stevie D offering you Kenny Gainwell and
No, I've been trying to get Pierce off him, but he's in love with Pierce, like it's his baby, or
Stevie D.
Damian Pierce is Stevie D's daddy.
Take Kenny Gainwell.
What about this? What about Pierce and Tajay Spears or Gainwell?
Oh, I'll take the two guys over the one.
Pierce and Gainwell. I mean, I like Pierce more than Gainwell, but I feel like they're in the same. If Gainwell stays the course on this starting job, then these guys are in the same tier.
Was it Troy that posted that Tajay Spears had more snaps than Derrick Henry? I think he posted that, and I'm like, what? Is that seriously? I don't know. I can't confirm, but
what the hell is Stevie D talking about here?
I don't know.
Is that some Nova Scotia fucking lingo?
My Benji, not my daddy.
Is that Steve? Who's that guy? Isn't Stevie Treble like Benji? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That guy's handle is like Benji.
Yeah.
The guy. Oh, hey, guess what? He's a guy in usually is in. Well, I don't know if he's in our eliminator this year, but we got to talk about the eliminators.
Oh crap! I'm gonna have
baby.
Damn it! I didn't cue this up. I'm gonna have to get this
boy
because we do have a toilet flush.
FC eliminator time, and I checked it out.
Home. Where are my favorites?
Nature time. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It is time. I'm going to find. Here we go, baby. I was so excited because it came to me. I was like, oh my God, the eliminators. Because I didn't look right away. I wasn't keeping track of it. And there we have a loser. Oh, and it was close. It
was very close.
Yeah. You see it?
I did. I saw it the other day.
Wow. You looked at it?
Oh, of course I looked at I wanted to make sure I didn't lose.
Fuck.
I didn't. I wasn't even close to losing.
I just checked today. So, do you want to reveal? I'll tell you who the loser had on their team. They had Dak Prescott, who had a pretty good game, I guess.
I gotta somehow mute my shit here.
He had his punters, 2 out of 3 of his punters, double digits. He had 11 points out of Thomas Morstead, 11 points out of Ryan Wright, the Minnesota punter. Cooper Kupp screwed him. And, he didn't have a terrible day, but he just wasn't, Evan McPherson, the whole Cincinnati Bengals offense. I mean, that's the reason he probably lost.
Yeah. All I know is that I didn't lose, and I scored a lot more than 96 points or whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah, because when you score... Damn it, now I gotta get to this shit. When you score 96.18 points in a super heavy scoring, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, what's his name? Fitzy? Little Paul Fitzsimmons? At P. Fitzsimmons 85. Ooh, is that his? What do you think that's? 85?
I think that's the flush strength of this thing.
Fitz. Everyone calls this guy Fitz, no doubt, right?
Oh, it's got to be Fitz. There's no doubt.
Fitzy? Your good buddy, you call him Fitzy?
Yeah, he didn't have one standout player on his entire roster. Keenan Allen was his highest score at 14.1. You got to draft better, man. Otherwise, you end up getting flushed.
You stink. Ugh. Terrible. Disgusting. You're a loser, Paul Fitzsimmons. Thanks for playing. You're like the ugly chick on The Bachelor that has to go home first.
Okay, I haven't watched The Bachelor in a long time, but do they have ugly chicks on The Bachelor now?
Me neither, but I was trying to make a comparison, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know because I ain't seen any ugly chicks on The Bachelor back in my day of watching it.
Dang it. You're right. The Bachelor. Well, the Bachelor could have some ugly chicks. Of course, it could.
I'm sure they have some regular regular women in there sometimes.
Sometimes when if, never mind.
Yeah, we don't need
But
to go.
there's okay. So what else we got there, Mister Run DFF? Do you want to talk about Drake London's fucking
Yeah,
donut?
let's talk about Drake London, but actually, it's a little different. I'm not going to talk about Drake London and the things I was right about. I'm going to talk about Desmond Ritter and how he is bad for the Falcons receiving game. But I'm also right about their defense is going to win them too many games, and they're not going to be in position to get a good quarterback next year, not in the draft,
right.
unless they trade up. So we have a situation where Kyle Pitts and Drake London are DOA. Like there's nothing going to happen for them this season. Arthur Smith does not want Desmond Ritter to throw the ball. Desmond Ritter doesn't want to throw the ball more than 3 yards, 4 yards downfield.
Hold on. I have one question.
Go ahead.
Is Desmond Ritter worthy of the Superflex spot, or are there better options that are not Desmond Ritter? That's not a quarterback.
I think you're going to end up getting most weeks 12, 13, 14 points out of him. So he's fine in Superflex. But God, I really don't want to start him. Like I'm starting him in the OG league where I just beat your ass.
Rubbish.
But I don't want to. I need Kyler to come back. Man, if Kyler comes back to that team, woo-wee, son.
Dude, he ain't coming back. I saw a fucking picture of Kyler Murray in a Jets jersey today. And Jets
the Jets wish. They can't afford him. They got this like $100 million dude on their roster that's got a bum ankle.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, it was a disappointing week one. I mean, I did the leagues that I am supposed to crush in, I crushed. But overall, it was just a low scoring week one. Outside of the Cowboys hanging 40 on the Giants.
I had a very mixed bag of a week one. I'm in first place first in points, all that. All right, so 14 ways, Fantasy OG, HQ, and Chill. That's guy. 3 different leagues. But I also have some like my redraft teams. Wait, am I in first? No, I'm in third in that one. My redraft leagues. I did this whole positional advantage thing. You know where I was in the tight end situation with my 2 home leagues?
No.
Travis Kelce and Mark fucking Andrews. And then I got Jalen Hurts, who had a very mediocre game. I didn't get a positional advantage. I got duds. So I lost both of those. I had a buddy. Oh, golly. Here's what's crazy. I had a buddy who won 65-64 in a league where the average winning score is like 112, 114. And you know how he won? He was playing against the Buffalo defense. And that punt return took the guy from 68 to 64 points, and he won by 1. Insane. We don't do decimal points in that league. So it's either you get a full point or you don't. And he had Garrett Wilson. So Garrett Wilson scored that crazy touchdown. He was within 3. It was 68-65. It stayed that way. And then that punt return took the guy down to 64, and my buddy won. That was wild. There were some crazy, crazy scores. Did you see the picture of the one going around? The guy lost by like 0.06 because Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
So would he get negative points on the sack or something? Or
no, the guy needed 0.06 points to win.
Yeah, Rodgers. I think Rodgers cost me. Rodgers may have cost me. I know. I mean, Lamar Jackson. I mean, it's a lot of duds this week. Like I said, it was a low-scoring week. I called it. I was watching. I was at a bar watching a couple of games, and the red zone was actually on at the bar also, which was the best part about it. But I'm looking at it, I'm just like, there's no excitement. I'm not thrusting my fist in the air as much as I want to right now, which is unusual because I pretty much have every single player, throughout. There's every touchdown's worthy of a celebration. And next thing you know, I hear Scott Hansen from the
red
zone guy just talking about how it's like one of the lowest scoring weeks ever. It was terrible, man. And then you have your quirky guys that go nuts, and then that's what shakes up the league.
Okay, so things I was wrong about. Puka Nakua is a big factor.
Yeah, he is.
Targets. Tutu Atwell, I guess you can lump in there as well. The both of them just went wild.
Hold on, you got to take the L on Tutu. You going to take the L? You going to
I'm taking the L on both of these. These are things I was wrong about. I'm taking the L.
This is the L.
It's the overreaction Monday for the first week, and these are things I was wrong about.
But Tutu Atwell runs deep in hot sauce lore because you advised. I remember we did that segment where we had to pick a player off of my team that we had to kick out, and you had determined that Tutu Atwell was the player that I should drop as he was a roster clogger, and here he is getting like 10 targets and 100 yards.
119 yards. Yeah.
Jefferson is he's just the same Van Jefferson. He's just does the same thing he does every week.
He's still the wide receiver 3, even after.
Yeah, he's just staying in his lane. All these other guys are taking shots. This dude's just staying in his lane. That's how he wants to do it, I guess.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, might as well take. This is the time of year you take shots on free agents. So if you can get your hands on any of these guys, who knows? I mean, I'd be looking to trade him if I had him already.
In a redraft league, are you going after Puka or Tutu?
In the Daddios League, I the 14-teamer, I actually picked up Tutu before kickoff.
Oh, nice.
Because I had to move. I moved somebody to IR, and it opened up a spot. So I just grabbed Tutu Atwell, just on the upside factor. No one else there. Not even thinking about Puka. Oh, and a major fuck up. I'm the commissioner of the Daddios League. Not a major fuck up, but just kind of a fucking not a good look. Waivers ran last night.
Oh no.
Yes, and I've never been a commissioner of a sleeper league. It's my first time, and I had it. I guess I just looked at the day, and not like the day, the time. Like I wanted waivers to run on Wednesday or. I don't know. It ran on. I don't know. It fucked up. I don't know if I didn't. I'm not sure if I set it up or I didn't set up or I don't know what I did or didn't do. But so I was like, fuck, and I just like sent a post out. I'm like, listen, waivers ran. My bad. I mean, it was in the settings that way, I guess. So people knew about it, but I didn't give everyone a heads up that waivers were going to run. I was going to do like a whole tutorial about waivers. But a handful of guys picked up guys, so it is what it is. I was like, it's gonna be Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights going forward. So change that up. But I was like, you fucking kidding me, man? What the fuck? If I caught it early enough, I would have just. But there was a couple of bids on a player, and then I was like, I gotta let this go through.
Yeah. Once waivers run, you have to because it gives away any information. Like if someone's put $21 on somebody, well, now it's like, well, do I go back and put $22 on it when the next time it runs? You just have to. Right. It is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah, these are grown ass men, and you know what? It's in the settings. I mean, I can hold your hand only a certain amount of time. I was happy to let I was kind of like educating these guys because a few guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I know like 80% of the league does, but there's more just for those guys. But
sure,
I don't know. So,
did you have any teams that surprised you, and you're like, shit, I don't want to win with that team, or I didn't think I would win, or damn it, I thought that team was good and I lost?
Yeah, yes. I mean, and that's tough because like we said, this is all low scoring stuff with just a couple of random folks that popped,
right?
Like DJ Moore is not going to score 4 points every week. Like Justin Fields had a shit game. Lamar Jackson had a shit game. Josh Allen had a shit game.
The quarterbacks in general had a shit game. It was like Mac Jones and Tua, and like that tier of quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes had a shit game and still was a top 5 QB this week, I believe it was.
We had a pick six, not in leagues where he gets a negative for the pick six, right?
Yeah. I blame obviously Kadarius Toney for that. That was trash.
Tony, man.
He ended up 7th in Fantasy Pro scoring.
Yes, we could talk about it.
You want to hear the top 5? This is going to be a who would have thunk it top 5. Tua, number 1, 28.1. So not that much. Mac Jones, 25.1. Jordan Love, QB3 on the week, 23.
Yeah.
He threw 3 tutties, I believe it was. Anthony Richardson, 21.9, and Deshaun Watson, 21.7.
Without Christian Watson, mind you.
Yeah. Romeo Dobbs. I had a trade where I acquired Romeo Dobbs. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Dude.
Our buddy Ben Junkin.
Benny J.
Yeah, in the DDCL. He had buyer's remorse or seller's remorse shortly after that. Man, I had a team. It's not good. It's not a good team. And I scored 163 points to be the 3rd highest score this week. Let me tell you this team, all right? It's Trevor and Tua. That's fine. I got Javonte Williams and Evan Hull. And then it rolled out Hollywood, Zay Flowers, Robert Woods, Allen Robinson, Alan Lazard, Hayden Hurst, and Kylan Granson. That is the rest of my starting lineup. And somehow I scored 163 points. I don't necessarily want to win games in this league. I don't want to score points. And now I don't know what to do with this team. Like, it's obviously not a contender with that group of, Evan Hull is my RB2. That's not going to work. It's DDL3 where there's some Devi, and I've got a lot of Devi players. But man.
Marquise Brown had a crappy game. I mean, it's just wonky stuff. Kobe Myers, who knows if he's a real deal? Debo. Week 1, we gotta let it shake out, and it will. But that's you gotta ride that wave, man. You gotta ride the wave.
Fuck you, Larry. We're gonna ride it. We're gonna overreact. DJ Moore is an avoid in that offense. I was right. He's an avoid. You don't want him. You don't want to play DJ Moore. You don't want to even try to function with him on your team. Sell him. Get out from behind him because Justin Fields is not great for all the passing weapons. He's a better version of Desmond Ridder.
It's week 1, dude.
It's overreaction Monday, Larry. Quit trying to bring it down.
I can't help it, man. It's confusing to me.
I know. It's hard for you to understand.
Know what's confusing and you know what sucks? Greg Dulcich.
There's nothing confusing there. They've been telling you.
No, but he's going to miss him a lot of time.
Oh,
he's out. He's out for multiple weeks.
Oh, well. I wasn't
counting Troutman season.
I wasn't counting him anywhere because, well, first they basically told us, "Hey, Troutman's our dude." Let's see here. Things I was wrong about. Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't won one league, and it's just because I didn't even try to sell him really.
I traded him to you.
In what league?
The OG league.
Did you really win?
Yeah, he was a part of the big deal we did.
I cannot recall when he was traded. I'm pulling this up. I thought I had him. That's interesting if I got him off of you and then he helped me beat your ass.
Well, I mean, we went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did trade Lamar Jackson back and forth. You know,
I think it was a last year trade. So it would be in 2022.
Gotcha. I am searching real quick.
So,
yeah, I got to go to 2022 OG.
I mean, we haven't made a deal in this league in a while.
Not since the spring.
When the last trade we made together, it was April 22nd. I feel like you need a piece of Kenny Gainwell.
No, I don't. Why would I need Kenny Gainwell when my team just scored the most points in the league and it didn't look pretty?
How many trades do you think we've made since February in this league?
Us? The two of us?
Just everyone.
Overall
trades.
Okay, the rookie draft was involved. I'm going to say 13.
No.
Is it more
since
than that?
Since February 22nd, there have been 29 trades.
Nice, because it kind of got real slow there for a while.
Yeah.
We did not make a trade with Ridley last year in 2021 or whatever.
I made 9 of those trades out of the 29.
Nice.
I made a third of the trades in this league to metamorphosize. I started it by trading the 110 and the 2024 first for Tua. Then I traded James Cook and Pittman in a 202 for the 104. Then I traded Trey Lance and Trevor Lawrence in the 401 and the 402 for Josh Allen. Then I traded Josh Allen for Lamar Jackson in the 107.
That was me.
Yeah. Then I traded the 104 for Khalil Shakur and the 105 and a 2024 second. So it looks like I dropped down a spot and picked up a second.
Yeah.
Then I traded Shakur and the 105 for DJ Moore, the 202 and the 206.
Oops.
Boom.
Oops. Hey, Larry, you did not trade me Calvin Ridley. I drafted him at the 407.
Dude, are we in another league then? I feel like I traded you Calvin Ridley.
No, I had 2 shares of Calvin Ridley. I sold him in DDL3. I drafted him at the 407. I had gone Adams at the 207, Baker Mayfield at the 310, and then Calvin Ridley at the 407.
I never had Calvin Ridley in this league, is what you're saying?
That is correct.
I've
had him this whole time. I had Kyler, and I ended up with Tua as well. I mean, with Trevor Lawrence as well, I believe.
Well, that's embarrassing. You're right.
Because I traded for the 101 from you. I don't even remember how.
I feel like I fucking had Ridley in this league. I feel like I had
I've had him the entire time.
That is really very, very interesting. I wonder what the hell league I'm talking about.
I don't know. Or who you trade him with. All right, things I was right about. Geno Smith is Geno Smith, not prime Russell Wilson.
Really? You're gonna kick Geno while he's down?
Yeah. Yeah, he sucks. He's back to being the same Geno Smith he's been for his entire career.
The same Geno. So what does that mean exactly?
It means that he's a backup quarterback in a starting role right now. But he's a backup quarterback.
What?
Come on, why are you turning this? You already have said he's gonna turn into a pumpkin.
I have zero Geno. I have zero Geno Smith.
Yeah, and you have been on this train of he's not good. He's gonna end up being, nobody. And now you're trying to defend him. What the hell is going on here?
I am good with that. I'm good with Geno. I feel like come on, man. This is again. I mean, I'm ruining the overreaction.
Yeah, you're playing a weird devil's advocate.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know what's going on. Like, you don't even like Geno. No, I don't know. And somehow now, in the last 5 minutes, you decided I want to defend Geno. Geno's my guy.
Well, I feel like I need to, debate your Geno hate.
Well, please do, because tell me what he did that was so impressive this week.
You know what's impressive? There's I don't know if you've ever seen this meme or it's a meme. That's just the picture, right? The meme.
Yes. It can be a good as well, but usually it's just.
I don't know if you've seen the meme of Geno Smith. It's like his picture, like his I guess I don't know.
Whatever it was, okay.
Game face picture, whatever it is, whatever he's logged into. It's then the caption is, when she's giving you head, but you still gangsta.
Oh, no.
And he's got this face.
Oh, no.
He's got this face. Like, look at his picture. Like, look at Geno Smith.
You know what I think you should do? You should post that on the Hot Sauce Twitter feed for the people to see.
You know what? I'm sure it's easy to find.
This dude put up 16 to 26 for 112 yards against that Rams defense that was not supposed to be good.
Okay.
And 1 touchdown. 16 of 26 for 112 yards.
Uh-oh. Mrs. Larry Monkey's here.
Did you come down to console him? Because we already talked about Aaron Rodgers.
No, knock it off. Get out of here, man.
He comes off the wall.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Justin, why the fuck do the Jets suck?
Because they are the Jets, Jets, and that's just what they do. They
Aaron
suck.
Rodgers, I was so feeling him after watching Hard Knocks. And now I just want to punch him in the fucking face.
You didn't even make it down to see the game before he was injured. That's how that Larry told the story. He came down and he was already being carted off.
30 seconds, and I was bragging to my friends. I was like, Aaron Rodgers is all suited up. He's ready to go in the fucking first drive.
Yep. She bought a t-shirt, brand new t-shirt. She spent 30.
That's it, we matched.
She's got a salmon jacket.
It's impressive that he suited up just to ride that cart ride, you know.
So she met. I don't know if you know if you're familiar with Peloton.
Yeah.
But she hung out with Cody Rigsby tonight.
Now I don't know who that is.
He's some fancy Peloton guy.
Peloton trainer. Yeah.
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 You didn't hang out with him like they were like hanging out.
Did you go for a ride with him, Stephanie?
Yes. Did you give Cody Rigsby a ride? What's going on here? You can't come on. You can't come. You can't break into the show and then just.
Start texting your friends on the line.
She pulled fucking Rodgers off. Maybe I guess he doesn't belong there. I guess.
Stevie D said, "This makes so much sense. Miss Monkey needs a chair for the show, please."
Oh, look at this one.
She came in wilding out on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, look at this one. The brains behind Larry is finally here. Very funny.
Jim Dickey clearly knows who Cody is. He's like the Peloton world.
Cody is like Pat Mahomes of the Peloton world. That's exactly right. You're right, dude.
All right, things I was wrong about. Michael Pittman is a wide receiver one with Richardson behind center.
Who?
Michael Pittman. He's a top 12 wide receiver with Richardson.
You called that?
No, that's what I was wrong about.
Oh.
I said Pittman was trash with Richardson.
He had one super catch. I mean, it doesn't mean he's going to be the man the rest of the season. Yeah, I mean, now's a great time to trade Michael Pittman. Obviously, he had that. It was awesome. Like, but it was like a big play.
Hey, look,
I mean, everyone's going to start studying up on Anthony Richardson, and you know how that works.
Look, he got 11 targets, man. That's 11 targets.
Oh, it's hard to resist that.
Yeah, 8. He caught 8 of them. Very catchable balls, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to resist 11 targets, man. Look, week 1 overreaction. I was wrong. Michael Pittman is a stud. He's clearly going to be a great wide receiver this year. Oh, things I was right about. Troy, you still around, buddy? Because it's time to talk Tank Dell and how he is a non-factor. Tank Dell.
I thought you were going to be wrong about Tank Bigsby.
Tank Dell, the size, he's about as big as this microphone.
Dude, you sound like 100 times better when you just did that.
Oh, I need to move it closer? Here.
Hell yeah, man. Like Holy shit. I didn't even know that you could sound that good.
Yeah, hey.
Oh my
Welcome
God, look
to
at
the
this.
Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast.
Hey.
I can't do it, though. It's just going to sit.
Put it on your dog's back and have your dog sit.
No, my dog click-clack across the house and went to the bedroom a little while ago.
Nice.
Yeah, Tank Dell. He's a nobody. He's a jag. He's just a dude.
Overreaction.
Larry, what's the name of this segment?
Yes, you're right. You're right on brand.
Oh man.
How about Mrs. Monkey breaking into the show and tearing down the Rodgers fathead? What
the Rodgers fathead just floated to the floor.
Threw it.
Dude, he's such a fucking pussy.
Oh man, Larry, you and her, you guys got it. It's the same shit he says all the time, Stephanie, about guys. He's just
all right, man. Fucking Aaron Rodgers. I can't believe
it's things I was wrong about.
Yeah.
Me and Cody.
Hold on. You're getting interrupted here.
I know. I see. I've got to pause.
Justin is used to getting interrupted, so
it's a Larry Monkey thing, and now it's Larry Monkey.
It's a part of the monkey household. Everyone just interrupts each other all the time. You can't say you can't break into the show and then be like and then just jump back out again. What the hell what are you looking for anyway?
She's only half committed right now. She's
Dude,
only
I had
like,
to go. I had to take an Uber to get her car so she get all banged up with Cody Rigsby in fucking NYC.
oh man. All right, so Cam Akers and James Connors are RB1s. I was all in on Cam Akers and James Conner, and they shit the bed for me.
I was kind of in on Connor. You're right. Just because they didn't add anybody.
Are wearing the
Yeah.
same blazer.
Oh boy, here we go. I guess Jim Dickey's interested in this.
Yes,
He's, whoa!
being clear.
You guys are
Steve,
tight.
do you guys have matching jackets on in that picture?
We do. We have matching salmon jackets. And Rodgers is matching them right now.
He's got a salmon shirt. Every now and again he wears a salmon shirt.
And this wasn't even
Larry, the L is silent in salmon.
This morning, and Cody Rigsby showed up on the Today Show at 9:40 wearing this jacket.
Okay,
It's meant to be.
what's meant to be?
Larry, you need a good attorney, Larry.
Dude, Cody Rigsby, he likes guys. He likes guys.
Oh, okay. Well, you're safe.
So it's cool.
You're safe.
Oh
It
no,
sounded
no.
like- it sounded like your wife was ready to go.
Hey, listen.
I am ready to go.
What's
but
not? Yeah, Cody's not ready to go. She is, but not him. What's up? What's disappointing is that's Mrs. Monkey wants to have Colin give him a Cody Rigsby haircut, and I'm like, no, man. I'm like, we're not cutting this kid's hair until he's like 3 or 4 or 5. Until he looks like. I mean, I want this kid to look like Tarzan before we cut his hair. And she's like, well, he's getting a Cody Rigsby haircut, like in a couple of months. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. We're not touching this guy's hair.
Do you want to know what's about to happen? So I called to get a haircut. I got a bit of a mop on my head right now. I called beginning of last week, and tried to make an appointment. And the lady was like, I'll call you back. It's a real nice lady. My wife has been going to this place for I don't know how many years.
Is it
And
does your wife get her hair done?
Yeah, she gets her hair done, and I get my hair
you
cut.
be getting your hair done also?
I get my hair cut.
You get your hair done.
No, because there's no do. There's just a
Dude.
cut.
If your wife goes to this person to get her hair done, that means you go to her also to get your hair done.
Well, actually, I go to him. This is the booking front desk lady that called me. Cece is her name. So
Nice.
Cece calls me up and she's like, Justin, can you come in tomorrow at 5:30?
Dude,
Are you and Crosby able to come in at 5:30? So now there's 3 people in this picture.
you and Crosby?
Yes, Crosby is going in.
You're
And you
getting
know what he
Crosby
wants
a
to do?
haircut?
You know what he wants to do? He wants to give Crosby a mullet.
I know he had a lot of hair. He's had a lot of hair from the start, right?
He wants to give Crosby a mullet. And my wife
Wow.
is like, sure, let him have a mullet because he's already growing like more hair in the back.
He's got a natural mullet.
So I'm just gonna walk in there, and I have this theory about hair. It's like it all grows back. I don't care what you do with it.
No. I got a great idea.
So
Go with the mullet.
yeah.
And just for 2 months. Just for 2 months, and then give him the mustache on Halloween. So he rocks with the Stephanie, come on. What's going on here?
Bottle of wine.
Uh-oh.
He's
Mrs.
kind of cool,
And
you
an
know.
autographed book.
So Cody has his own wine.
Yes.
Live.
Is that bottle empty, Stephanie?
Yeah.
I bought a full autographed bottle of wine.
Stop
Where's the
swinging it
empty
around,
bottle?
okay?
Where's the empty bottle of wine that you had?
Me and Zach Wilson are gonna ride our Peloton and get ready for the
All
season.
right.
Because Adam Rodgers has a fucking vagina.
Mrs. Monkey, ladies and gentlemen. Yay, round of applause. All right. No. All right. See you later, Mrs. Monkey.
Mrs. Monkey is out. Mic drop.
Mrs. Monkey with the mic drop. You can
Oh.
find her at Mrs. Monkey, I think, actually. I think that is the handle.
All right, I got 2 more for you. Things I was right about.
on X.
Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones, not Josh Allen. He sucks. That Dallas D though. Woo-wee. But yeah, Daniel Jones turned into a pumpkin, just like Geno Smith.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
And I had a little faith in Odell Beckham Jr. The things I was wrong about. Odell Beckham Jr. is washed.
Yep. You
I
got some money there.
thought he was going to be able to come in. Zay Flowers is absolutely the clear wide receiver 1 there. I thought there might be a rookie transition and Beckham would be the vet.
I grabbed Zay Flowers in a few drafts only because he fell to me so late, and I was like, I can't not take him.
Yeah.
It was like almost a second. Was it the Rubens League, the DDL4?
Sure.
14 team. I think I took him with like the. It was like the. Oof, I gotta find out now. I'm not gonna make it up. I need to see this. The draft. Oh no, I'm in like 2022. Damn it! Don't you hate that when you're fucking you log in and you're like
You're already in the wrong
you're in the
league
next
the year. Yeah.
Zay Flowers, the 113.
Wow.
Yep.
That's nice. I think we talked about that during the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You want to talk some trades?
Yeah, man. You know what? I got some trades. I did a couple trades in this league also.
I was a busy little boy. I was a busy little boy last week after our show.
Mm-hmm. I've been kind of busy picking around, picking away. Picker.
Yeah.
I did a trade with a guy that is very difficult to trade with. So yeah, you want to go first or what you got?
Let's see. I did a trade on the 8th. So that was what? That was Friday. Friday the 8th. I did the first trade that I'm going to list. All right. So we'll just go kind of like this. All right. I traded Dameon Pierce, Rashad White, and what's going to likely be a very early 2024 second, like 103, 104-ish.
Okay. Pierce White.
And
104-ish?
204. 204-ish.
204.
That's it's a 2024 second. And I got CJ Stroud and a likely early 2024 third. So Stroud in a third or Pierce, Rashad White, and a second.
Say it again.
Stroud and a third or
Right.
Pierce, Rashad White, and a second.
And what does your QB room look like?
Context.
Context. I mean, it's all about the context, honestly.
Never in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have Jalen Hurts, Will Levis, Clayton Tune, and CJ Stroud.
Wow. So you needed a QB.
And I think I had Kyler.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, I
Yes,
guess.
Kyler.
I don't know. I guess-
I have Kyler, CJ Stroud, and Jalen Hurts. With some other
wow.
guys.
Okay. So yeah, you could add Stroud to that room. Why not?
I'm not competing, and it kind of solidifies the first that I have.
Right. It's important to lock up a group. I mean, sometimes if you want to sprinkle the way you add to build your team, I don't know. Sometimes I like to just like, man, if I have the chance to lock up a position, then I can just, then you can worry about it like the other positions. I do that sometimes with tight end a lot. I like it.
Yeah, and I love a good quarterback room, so I feel like it's the most fungible asset. All right, give us a trade.
Oh, well, I did just say that I do like to play with the tight end. That just happens to be a segue into this trade that I made in the Dynasty Degenerate or the Degenerate Dynasty League for DDL4, a.k.a. Ruben Almada, a.k.a. at, what is it?
Superflex Degen.
Superflex Degen. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. It's a 14-team Superflex.
You filibustered enough. Give it to us.
Heavy premium, 1.75 premium. And the reason I say that, because this involves some tight ends, some heavy-duty tight ends. Which side do you got in this 14-team start 13, mind you, which is an important piece of the puzzle. Yeah, so George Kittle, a 25 third, or Luke Musgrave and Roschon Johnson. George Kittle and a 2025 third, or Roschon Johnson and Luke Musgrave.
I want Kittle.
Not me.
I know.
I don't want Kittle.
You have a lot of faith in Luke Musgrave. You've been talking about him as a little higher than what I feel about him. That's for sure.
I am not only high on Luke Musgrave, I'm also very high on Roshan Johnson.
Now, I am high on Roshan Johnson, but basically, I think this is the third and Musgrave versus Kittle and Roshan. Like, you can just you can just equate those two pieces because Musgrave's worth a third. That's what he is.
What? A third round pick?
Well, where'd you take him in the rookie draft this year?
It's a 1.75. You want to know when Luke Musgrave went in this
I
draft?
do. I want to know where he went in this draft. In your 14
draft, Musgrave was the 203.
He was the what?
The 203.
No wonder he's trading him. He overdrafted him to begin with.
No, I would have taken him in a heartbeat. You know what? Maybe it's a 2-point tight end. I don't. Let me just figure this out.
Targets. He had 4 targets this week.
1-point tight end, and we have a 1 point. So it's a 2-point tight end.
Okay, let me give you a reference on
tight ends are golden in this league, by the way. So yeah, he went to 203. I would have taken him. I had the 205, and he wasn't going to get past me at 205.
Wow.
And I got sniped. So Kincaid went 106. Laporta went 111. Mayer went 110. Laporta went 111. So, I took Zay Flowers at 113. I took Will Levis at 112 and Zay Flowers at 113.
Let me give you a point of reference here. In Trade Addicts, TA4, 1.75. So not that much difference.
Yeah, it's a 2-point.
It's a quarter of a point difference.
It's a big deal.
It's not. If he catches 100 balls, it's 25 points difference on the season.
Okay.
It's not that. He went to 304. Let's see.
When was your draft?
The regular time.
May. Oh, whatever. Yeah. So as tight, like I said, in this league, tight ends are gold. I was struggling, so I had the 112, 113, 115, and the 201 in this 14 teamer with the 115 bonus one.
Oh.
And my whole strategy, I'm scooping up all these tight ends. That's all I wanted to do because all I had was like Gesicki and I don't know. I may have traded for Njoku, but tight end.
Musgrave went. You took him at the 209 in our hot sauce draft. The 318, which is basically the 209.
I don't think he was coming back to me.
And then Jim Dickey took him at the 210.
Mm-hmm.
So the 209, the 210. All right, so he's barely worth more than a third. Fine.
Well, he outscored George Kittle this past week, so that doesn't count for anything.
Right, whatever.
Might outscore him again next week.
We're gonna overreact. Jim Dickey says that's a big difference. 25 points is 1.5 a game. That's if he caught 100 balls, Jim. 100. I used 100 as a huge number. If he catches 70 balls, 70 times 0.25 divided by that's 1 point a game.
I love that Jim Dickey is like just he getting back into the Cody. His ex loves him. Why is it an ex? Did you guys? Did he break you guys up? Is he a home wrecker? Cody Rigsby?
We just. I mean, did Dickey have a husband? That's what it would take to break him up.
Maybe Dickey didn't know that he was into guys, and maybe he just got a little overheated. Maybe a little O.J. Simpson-ish. No? Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Wow, not that. or at the very least, make sure that this Patreon is on auto draft on your card, so when you go to prison, it can.
Yes, O.J. Dickey with the next pick. Hey, join the Patreon if you're paying attention, or just check it out. I mean, if it floats your boat, then join it. If not, then maybe let us know what we could do to get you to join.
Yeah, we get our folks in here chit chatting with us in the chat.
I love how our group chat is growing. We've gotten some new guys.
It was popping this weekend during the games. It's popping.
Yes, I'm enjoying the group, and it's really becoming special. So
And it just so happens that the two people that podcast and are the patron leaders or whatever, we are actually genuinely active in the chat versus some other chats.
We are very vocal in the chat. I guess I'll also tell you this. For folks that, I know Shane Manila from the Dynasty Trades HQ pod and the Dynasty Trades M5 and all this Debbie.
He's no longer in the Dynasty Trades from the Dynasty Trades HQ.
Right now, Shane Manila's gone big time on us, but he's a patron, and if you want to chat with him, I'm gonna drag him through the. Let's drag fucking Shane, right?
Yeah,
he's the patron. He'll chime in.
He's not chatting in the HQ patron anymore.
Right. He's not chatting.
Let me give you my next trade.
Let's do it.
All right. I traded. Ready for this one? It's kind of big.
Okay.
DK Metcalf, Greg Dulcich. So DK Metcalf, Greg Dulcich, and the 2024 third for Will Levis, Romeo Doubs, a 2025 first, and a 2025 second.
Clearly winner. Tell me about Dubs. Tell me what you like about Dubs, because I've been scouting him as a part of a Wilson trade.
I was not necessarily targeting Doubs. It just so happened that
throw-in piece who would just happen to have 2 touchdowns this past weekend.
Well, that is nice. This is with our friend Benny J.
Ooh,
he
a winner of the Dynasty Hot Sauce League, listener league.
That's right.
Champion, not a winner, a champion. Benny J.
Champion. That's right. That trade worked out pretty good in my opinion for me. I like DK Metcalf, but I got the 2025 first, I got a 2025 second, and I got 2 pieces that are probably worth more than Greg Dulcich in player wise, like Romeo Doubs and Will Levis. I figured if Will Levis gets any play this year, and boy did Ryan Tannehill make it obvious that they probably need to give Levis at least a shot sometime, then I think that's a value increase that maybe I can capitalize on.
One more shit performance by Tannehill, and it's boom. It's Malik Willis time. It's Will Levis time. I'm excited for it.
Right.
I'm pumped because I have some Willis, and I have some Levis. How about the Jets trading for fucking Malik Willis? That did cross my mind today.
That would be bad. What
I know you're a super hater. He looked
well, no, he's not good.
He won the second string job over Will Levis.
Okay, great. He won a backup job. You just said he looked good in the preseason. Yeah, who the hell cares about the preseason? Lots of dudes look good in the preseason.
All right. Well, the Jets give out a 5th round pick for him. You think the guy beat out their rookie 2nd round pick who they traded up for.
Yeah, I don't worry.
And he did look good in the preseason. He didn't look bad. He looked competent. Is what I should probably the term I should use.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that have looked competent in the preseason and trash in the regular season. It's different. It's not the same. It's not even the same game. They're not running the same defenses. There's not the same complicated packages in there. It's whatever. I don't put much stock in preseason performance. All I want to know about is usage. I don't give a shit about performance because you got guys that are bagging groceries now that are playing linebacker in preseason games.
When did I make a trade with Jim Dickey? I don't understand. Did I make a deal with Dickey?
Did you make a
deal? What league are we talking? I have no idea what we're talking. I don't have no idea what this is about. He's talking about a big boy trade. A big boy. I
don't know what leagues are you in with him.
He uses.
Well, do you have any more trades that you did make, Larry? While Jim gets back to it.
I don't know what. Oh, the Hot Sauce League. Oh, did I make a big boy trade with Dickey? Are you aware of this, Justin?
When did that happen? I don't know.
God.
by
Let's see
owner
it.
filter. I'll just do this. I'll filter it by owner and go here. I don't know. When was this?
I don't know. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, we haven't talked. Have we talked about this? It occurred on August 30th, which is 2 weeks ago. In my Anthony Richards trade, have we ever Anthony Richardson trade? Did we
I
ever
don't know
talk
that
about
we
it?
did. I don't
You
know.
know what? You know what? Our Fabs fucking show probably may have gotten in the way of this one.
Yeah, that may be so. All right, so
This is
tell me
not-
what
this
happened
is,
here.
oh, this is a good deal. I'm digging it so far. It makes me more interested in this league because I have Anthony Richardson in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us the trade.
Oh, so who do you got? Anthony Richardson, Josh Downs. What?
A 2024 first and a 2025 first.
Yes. Or CJ Stroud, Devontae Adams, and Garrett Wilson.
That's a big boy trade there, guys.
I picked up, so I get Anthony Richardson and 2 first-round picks. He
Yeah.
gets CJ Stroud, Devontae Adams, and Garrett Wilson.
I want the Stroud Adams Garrett Wilson side.
Because Garrett Wilson is worth 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Stroud and Adams, I don't think they're worth Richardson.
I want Stroud and Adams and Garrett Wilson.
I like that Wilson. I'm probably not giving up those 2 first-round picks for Wilson. I think Wilson's worth more than a 24 and a 25. If it was 2 24s, maybe I would consider it. But I don't give a shit about the 2 years. But this trade was all about Anthony Richardson. You know, I have Stroud. I have no, and again, it plays into how many. It depends. You know, your rostership. I'm not sure if I had Richardson yet. I have 2 shares of him now. This may have been the second one. And Dickie sent this to me, I think, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm good.
You
with
know
it.
why he did this trade?
Why?
It's because he couldn't get his first back. So he said, screw it. I'm going to go try and compete.
Right. And that's
That's
what
what
you
he did.
do when someone else has your first. And that's what sucks about this league. Rawr!
Well, you could always get your first. Just plan ahead.
No, you have to overpay for
ahead.
your first.
Plan ahead.
Listen, it was painful for me to give up Garrett Wilson. And this was obviously prior to all this devastation.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? Devontae Adams is an aging wide receiver. Stroud, Wilson. I looked at this. I'm like, Wilson, obviously he's worth more than 2 firsts from 2 different years. But I was like, 2 firsts. Richardson's worth Stroud, Adams for me.
Yeah.
To me. And then there's the throw-in downs.
Yeah. I think it's fine.
Yeah. I was
I
happy.
think it's fine for both sides because you clearly needed some first rounders. All right, so let me tell you about my trade because you said you have to overpay for your first.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I got somebody to overpay for their first a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's hear about it.
All right, so I made 2 trades. I made 2 trades on Saturday. I had obviously traded away quarterbacks and had a bit of an issue with my lineup and quarterbacks in the Hot Sauce League. I mean, I have a absolute stud running back room. Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, and Najee Harris. Just ridiculous. I got Cooper Kupp on IR. I had Kyler Murray on IR, so I have Steph Diggs and Brandon Cooks at the time. And then I got Tua, and I didn't have a quarterback. And I was like, shit, I need to fill out this roster. I need to make some moves. So what I did is I reached out, and I had offered 2/3, which is basically 2 seconds, for Jimmy G. I was looking for that from Ruben. And Ruben's like, because I kept telling him, just accept the damn trade. You're not getting better than 2 seconds. And he said, how do we make this bigger? Well, he doesn't have players to make it bigger. He just doesn't. There's nothing there for him. Like his roster is pretty depleted. But he did have Mariachi Ninjas first, which is a very close, like they are neck and neck at the time for the 101. The only difference is that neither of them controlled their own pick. So I offered Ruben his own 2024 first, a third, another third, a fourth, and a fourth. So Ruben's first, 2/3 and 2/4, which is 2 seconds, 2/3. I keep on doing that for people that are listening. And I got Jimmy G. I got Old Mariachi Ninjas 2024 first. The aforementioned Roshan Johnson. I threw him in there. I wanted him. And Zach Ertz and K. Dotton. Looking for some tight end help down the road. I got myself a quarterback. And I made what is probably, instead of the 101, now I have the 102-ish. Most likely.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
if I want some Marvin Harrison Jr., that's fine. And we debated it, and he's like, man, that first looks good too. But then he's like, you know what? And that's what I told him. I said, it is. It looks like a great first, but the difference is that you don't have any control over that one. And he said, fuck it, let's do it. And so Ruben and I made that trade, and I, no kidding, as soon as that trade was made, I sent Greg Dulcich and what's probably a mid to late first to old Mariachi Ninja himself. It's is that Jake Earl? Is that Jake? Yeah, I think it is.
Is it?
And I got DK Metcalf. So I added for my starting lineup Jimmy G and DK Metcalf on Saturday, and I kind of depleted that pick a little bit that I just traded for. And I waited till Ruben accepted the trade because I didn't want him to go, well, shit, now he doesn't even have DK Metcalf on his team. That first is even looking even better. So I'm looking for, I've got week 4 and week 11 circled because that's when they play each other. And we'll see how that pick plays out. If Ruben somehow beats him once or twice, that'd be lovely. But either way,
Right.
Ruben's got control of his first. I got a couple starters for my team and didn't really have to give up too much depth. Gave up one first for that in that deal. So I picked up DK Metcalf, Jimmy G, Roshan Johnson, and gave up a first, couple thirds, couple fourths, essentially. And I got some throw-in players.
And the broken Dulcich?
Yeah, and the broken Dulcich. If I want to get a Dulcich, I'll go get a Dulcich somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
now I get to roll out Steph Diggs, Brandon Cooks, and DK Metcalf instead of, I don't know what, Khalif Raymond or Noah Brown.
Yeah. It's amazing when it works out like that.
Yeah.
I got
It helped me score the most points in our division and the second most points in a 42-team league.
dang it.
182 points. Let's go.
I get it. I'm excited for this week.
You got any more trades?
Dude, I went on a Wilson exodus. Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Let's give a quick rundown of a few of those trades. I'm looking at one right now because it was screenshotted in the same screenshot as my trades.
All right. So tell me which one you're looking at.
The DDCL one with Eddie.
Ooh, Eddie. Yeah.
This became a big conversation piece for a minute.
Is this Sweaty Beaver?
Yes, but it wasn't in that league.
I know. He's Sweaty.
It wasn't in the Hot Sauce League, but he is Sweaty Beaver.
His name is Sweaty Beaver in the Hot Sauce League, but I made a trade with him in the DDCL, the 4-copy
12 team,
1.75.
Start 10, I think.
All right.
But yeah.
I gave up Zach Wilson for Kadarius Toney, and I'm happy about it.
You're a contending team, or at least you want to believe you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does Kadarius Toney help you win at any point this season?
I think that they are making a concerted effort to get the ball to him.
Wait.
You can tell by how many mistakes he made.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't targeting him, he wouldn't have made so many mistakes.
Okay. What I'm going to say is I want to fix your language there because I don't know what's going to happen, but
okay.
They made a concerted effort to get him the ball. Now, the fuck-ups that he had may have cost him any future or, a lot of future opportunities.
I disagree.
You don't think that they're going to scale him back because of all the shit he fucked up?
Well, Mahomes has already come out and said, all right, dude.
Yeah, but that was just a vote of confidence. I want to see how the game plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not confident that they're going to do anything except move away from him in the game plan.
Right.
If it was me, I think I posted something. I posted something on Twitter, and it was something like this. And there's a better way for me to phrase it now, and I'll say the better way. If Kadarius Toney was a kicker, he'd be unemployed because of the shit that he did on Thursday.
Okay.
There's no way that if he had Brett Mahered that motherfucker, basically what he did in the game, he would not be employed. He'd be on a different team. He'd be bagging groceries, whatever it is, because that was bad.
Well, I feel like they got nobody else. They got this like same level. They got this receiver room that's just no one wants to take control of. They seem to want to get him the ball, and I think maybe he learns a lesson from being a douchey guy, and maybe he'll start catching balls. Listen. I'm like I said, I'm out on Zach Wilson. I'm out. If I can get anything from him, fuck it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fuck it. And I made another trade for Zach Wilson that you might be interested in because I think I sent another screenshot. And what was this one, man? This was, oh baby. Oh no, fucking A, Troy. Look at this. I have to scroll through all the Patreon messages to get to the one that I want to do here. Was the Tony. The next one's a little juicier, I guess. This one is Zach Wilson and Darius Slayton for Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I want Christian Kirk there pretty damned easily.
Yes, I thought that was a great deal, and I made it in the kitchen sink league, which not too many people trade in. I'm desperate for a wide receiver, and it's a perfect, like, just tier. Like Kirk had a shit game, so everyone's like, "Oh, Christian Kirk sucks." I mean, even though he could probably have the exact game that Ridley has next week, and Ridley could have a Kirk game next week. Like that's how silly shit is. Who knows? But Christian Kirk he had a great season last year. Darius Slayton, we already know what he's all about. We know the ceiling, we know the floor, and this was a no-brainer. I threw the Zach Wilson sweetener, sealed this one, and you're never getting Slayton for Christian Kirk anywhere. So I was pretty happy with that one. The Tony, what are you gonna do? Maybe if Tony, listen, here's my thing with Tony. His value is a roller coaster. You've been able to get a first round pick for him like 2 times in his like couple of years of 2 to 3 year tenure here. So he has a great game. Everyone's all about fucking Tony.
I think that there's going to be a lot of like the bad taste in the mouth is going to stick for a while off that game.
Oh, but it's what have you done for me lately?
It was a primetime island game, and he just cost them. He cost them a win. I mean,
he did. He did. You're right.
He cost them a win. He cost them a win on multiple levels between drop passes, bad routes, and then pick six.
They didn't cut him, so
yeah, I didn't expect him to cut him, but if he was a kicker, he would have been. So there's that. So I made one more trade. I made that this morning, I believe it was. Yeah, this morning at 6:13 a.m. I got up this morning. I had to be at work really early, so I was, taking my morning relaxation in the water closet. And that's a shit room, in case you're wondering, Larry.
Gotcha.
It's like a small room with a toilet in it. You just sit in peace and quiet because there's no kids pestering the shit out of you. It's my favorite place in the house.
Right.
I traded Baker Mayfield to a guy who had no QBs and somehow won, and I got Miles Sanders back. Now, let me give you some context. All right. I scored 228.79 points in this league. The next highest score was 182. And it wasn't a fluke. This is a league it's probably not fair. I have Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Kirk Cousins still. I got Najee, CMC. Now I have Miles Sanders. And this is where it gets nasty. I have Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, and Jalen Waddle. So, yeah. And then I got a 0 from Dallas Goedert and still scored 228 points. I have Dallas Goedert and Kyle Pitts. and Gerald Everett. So now I added Miles Sanders. Oh, I didn't have Cam Akers there. That's who I started, and now I'm going to probably start Miles Sanders instead of Cam Akers. And I got Pacheco and Jalen Warren. It's just a stacked team. I didn't want to hold Baker Mayfield. 2 years ago, I traded him, and I remember doing this deal and getting just trashed for it. It's a 14-team Superflex. I gave up Mac Jones and Zach Wilson at that time, and I got Baker Mayfield and Deontay Johnson, and people did not like it. And mostly it was like the portfolio players because they're like, well, QBs are worth more, and I play as a player evaluation kind of guy, and I said those two guys will not be worth more, Mac Jones and Zach Wilson. Well, Zach Wilson has proven that, and Mac Jones had a down year last year. I think it's arguable that you would take Deontay over Mac Jones prior to this week. Now, Mac Jones did have a nice game. But so I was able to convert. I was able to move Baker for Miles Sanders. So it ended up being Miles Sanders and Deontay Johnson for Mac Jones and Zach Wilson. In the long scheme of things. I mean, that's a long play out. But I was able to move Baker Mayfield. I think it helps his team enough to really matter.
Nice.
He scored 146 points, but he started Teddy Bridgewater last week.
All right, maybe Teddy Bridgewater will be playing for the Jets soon.
He's got Jameis Winston on his roster, so maybe
some guys you need to get a sneaky deal with. These guys might get a shot on the Jets squad, which would be amazing.
No, he actually started Jameis Winston. Sorry. You know what's crazy is he played against a guy with Ryan Tannehill and Russell Wilson and beat him with his only quarterback being Jameis Winston.
Cool.
Yeesh.
I hate it. I don't want to think about this Jim Dickey comment.
He's getting Chase Claypool vibes from Tony.
Yep.
Well, it's because he kind of sucks.
All right, man. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think it's good.
Drake London sucks.
Drake London doesn't suck. Desmond Ridder sucks.
Right.
And so, therefore, Drake London is not going to be fantasy relevant.
Well, I hope that I will be in a better mood next week. Probably not. I don't know how long this feeling of loss is going to linger, but
yeah, you need to go join your wife in drinking. You need to play catch up.
She's out cold right now.
You think so? You think she went up there passed out?
It's like 11:30, man. Over here, she's totally out for the count for sure.
It's 11:30, and she got hammered with Cody. What's his name?
Cody Rigsby. Yeah. Her and her buddy. They I guess I don't know how they got home, but whatever, they got home.
She's here. That's all.
Yeah. Well, she didn't drive. I mean, I got her car from the
right.
So
probably an Uber.
But yeah, it was definitely with an Uber. I got the Uber updates. But yeah, all right, man. Week 2 on maybe we should get a guest next week. What do you think, man? Should we work on a guest perhaps?
Yeah, maybe
this might be exciting. Oh, football, baby. Fantasy football. The Jets fucking suck once again. Thanks for listening to the Dynasty Hot Sauce Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4.